entertainment. We spend cash for entertainment. There's more where it came from, that's all I'm saying. It's me and you and we making arrangements. It's you and me and we making arrangements. Driving that, let me driving that. Driving that, driving that. Driving that, let me driving that. Driving that.
Alive, we're alive. Hey, guys. It is Way Back Wednesday, and you have tuned into the City Highlight Radio Show with your girl, Chris. As you guys know, we're here every Monday through Friday from 2 until 4 p.m. And, of course, I go Facebook Live when I feel like going Facebook Live. And guess what? I feel like going Facebook Live right now. Why? Because I got my people with me. If you guys saw the flyer, you already know it's a stacked house. It's heavy hitters, and it's about to be a whole lituation. Yeah, it's going to be litty in this city. And we're going to talk about all of the good stuff about being friends and family and collabing. And is there more in a I or is there more in a we? But we'll get into that conversation a little bit shorter as I invite my family in. First, we're going to bring in this beauty and let her introduce herself. Tell everybody who you are and how they can connect with you. Queen.
Amen. Praise the Lord.
Black Girl Magic.
Black Girl Magic. I am Mika Diamond. I'm the host of the Morning Tea Radio Show, as well as the founder, CEO of Mika Diamond Inc. and Visible Evidence. That will be me. You can catch me every Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. Central Standard Time right here on GMT Radio, as well as Me Houston on the Culture Vision Network app on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock p.m.
That girl can talk through anything when I tell you me.
Anything.
That is my sis. So, y'all already seen the second lady who I'm about to introduce. Or at least you saw her cold shoulder.
That's my sister. She can be close.
She made a cameo appearance. With that being said, go ahead and say hello, friend. Tell everybody who you are and how they can connect with you on all of your social media platforms.
Hello, young people. My name is Sheila Marie King. I am the owner and founder of Eliminating Excuses and Execute with SMA. You can find me on Instagram at Eliminating Excuses _the brand, as well as at Execute with SMA, as well as Facebook, Eliminating Excuses and Execute with SMA. I look forward to connecting with you very soon.
Oh, not that sexy voice.
Come on. Listen, what type of business is she trying to get?
I don't know what she's selling, but I know the men are buying. Okay. With that being said, y'all know we're a lot of estrogen. A lot of estrogen. A lot of estrogen and a whole lot of energy. But we would not be who we were if we didn't have our brother from another mother. Come on in here and introduce yourself, although they already know. And tell them how they can connect with you on all of your social media platforms.
Yo, it's your boy, Mr. 180's in the building. Y'all already know what it is. Archie J. Jenkins. Y'all can get me on Facebook, Instagram, all your social media platforms, Archie J. Jenkins, or you can go to 180life.com, 180lyfe.com.
Yes.
This boy got a whole commercial.
A whole commercial. And y'all see, when I say it's a packed house, it's a packed house. I got my people with me. I'm gonna get a song on, y'all, because we need to have a little preliminary. We need to talk about things that y'all don't need to hear. It ain't none of y'all gosh darn business, but I want to find that specific song. So, Mika.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead and give the audience a little bit of preface about what we'll be discussing today before we get this song going.
Today's going to be rather interesting. One of the reasons why I love today's show is because we believe in collaboration. We believe in we versus I. And so that's what the conversation is going to be about today. We're going to talk about I versus we. We're going to talk about I versus we and what that looks like in collaborative efforts with those who are business owners, in relationships, situationships.
That part.
All the ships.
Okay.
That's what we're going to talk about today.
Right. Well, we're going to get a little quick tidbit of this song, because you know what? Made of them, these ministries, they be cutting us off. So we just going to give y'all a little bit of something. Y'all know about that Webby. What y'all know about that Webby?
Wipe it down?
No.
Oh.
In the club.
My people with me.
The hottest hottest people in the city, and I keep them when I'm solo. I'm cutting up, but not my people with me. I got my people with me. What? All my people in the club. Fucked up. I got my people with me. The hottest people in the city, and I keep them when I'm solo. I'm cutting up, but not my people with me. I got my people with me. What? All my people with me. All up in the spot. Drunk as a fucking wino. Everybody fresh. My people hurry. Everybody bucket. Ready to get up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to clean it a little bit earlier.
And I get
Let me in his bad words. I'm top 40, but I'm trying to keep it clean in these streets. Woo, y'all, first and foremost, I apologize for Webby.
Made me get warm.
He got us all a little hot and bothered up in here, but y'all got the gist. I just wanted y'all to know I had my people with me.
Yes.
And today we're going to be talking about the essence of collaborations, especially when you talk about Black excellence.
Absolutely.
Black excellence. And it's always been said that women can't work together.
Mhm.
Black people can't work together. There's all these negative stigmas about what we're doing successfully.
Mhm.
So, as I stated last year,
Mhm.
y'all heard me when I said it because I said it live on the air. It doesn't make any sense to continue to talk about what we don't do.
Right.
The only way you can change the narrative is by absolutely
Mhm.
changing the narrative.
Absolutely.
So I made it my business, and I know for a fact that all the people that I've collaborated with are the same-hearted people, and their goal is to be successful, but
Mhm.
also to bring up other successful people with them. Because I'm gonna say it like Sharika always said, we're better together.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, Sheila,
what up, G?
tell me when you hear that it's better for I than a we, what perspective you get and what you feel about that.
It's better we than I.
Yeah, you know.
Yes, ma'am. Just making sure the people didn't think I wasn't answering the question
No,
properly.
that's okay.
So when I hear it's better, y'all
I
gonna
need
stop
these
looking at me
glasses.
like
need
that.
these
It's
glasses.
better we than I believe that it's power in teams, right?
Okay,
So I
okay.
can't do life alone. I can't do business alone. I can't do pretty much anything alone because we were created to be relational. And so I feel like when we talk about it's better we than I, it takes away the weight of what I have to deal with and what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's so eloquently put, and it does make sense what you said. I do feel that when God created Eve, her desire was to give Adam somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, we all need somebody.
That's right.
Now we are coming here naked by ourselves. We leave here naked by ourselves. But at the end of the day, while we are here in breath, we need somebody.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So it's important that you find your somebodies and understand everybody ain't your somebody.
Listen.
Now that's what we
Okay.
need to have a conversation. 'Cause it's easy to say
Absolutely.
we can collaborate, or we can, but we need to figure out why can we collaborate. And I want to talk about some bad behavior that you should not have if you call yourself collaborating. out here.
Yes.
Don't be out here messing over people, taking advantage of people, using
Right.
people, and then trying to come back and make them look like bad people because they checked you at your BS. Archie,
Oh,
how about
she
you
gonna-
slide in on that perspective and tell me what you feel about that part?
I feel when it comes to the collaboration, I'm at a point in.
Oh, I'm getting into all of this today, y'all.
I'm at a point with the collaboration. Why? You got to ask the why. What do you bring to the table? What are you bringing to the? I don't care if it's a marriage, a boyfriend, girlfriend, a situationship. If it's what are you bringing to the table? I can't bring the table, the groceries, the nails, the hammer, and put it together and cook the food and serve it and feed you.
But why not?
Because listen, I'm gonna be tired. If I give 100 and you give 0, anything times 0 equals 0.
Okay, but why not? Explain to me why not?
My thing
Because
is,
generations before said as a man, you're supposed to provide and bring the table, bring the food, and I'm just supposed to cook it up. That don't apply today?
that don't. My thing is,
If it
my
don't apply, don't fly.
She
Like,
got
there are some old fashion
Some of
Okay,
these
wait,
traditions
wait,
are
wait.
antiquated. That's what you're saying,
Yeah,
Mika?
so there are some people who believe in the old ways of living.
I
There
mean,
are
yeah.
some men that believe, today's time, they're
I don't know what we're going to do with them.
It's not plentiful as it used to be. Now you
My-
can't find them.
But the thing
No.
is this: I believe in protecting and providing. Everybody know that I am a
Okay.
married man. I do believe to protect and provide, and I provide very well for me and my family.
Okay.
Amen.
But on the other hand, if we a team,
Mhm.
they didn't take everybody out and just put Jordan out there,
Facts.
because then it's gonna be 6-on-1.
Mm.
I need some help.
That
Okay, we gotta
help me.
help me, please. And it's just it got to be more than cooking
So there,
and
that's
cleaning.
that's the we versus the I. But listen, it don't start out like that, but sometimes it end up being
That's
like
my
that.
whole point,
What you
because
mean?
I believe there's
It
no
starts
I.
off we on
Yeah.
cloud 9.
Yeah.
You know, that's
honeymoon
relationships.
stages.
Exactly. Even business. We got
Yeah.
the same.
It's the honeymoon stage.
Everybody got the
understand
same
my
vision.
vision.
Yep.
Everything is perfect.
You understand, we have fulfilled, you shared what your part is, I've shared what my part is, but all the time, well, I shouldn't say all the time, the majority of the relationships that I built have been, I provide the buffet, the plate, the utensils,
no
and then I get a plate, and I don't have a pea on my plate.
Not even a cracker.
Not even a cracker.
You
But
get
see,
a
that's
to-go
where
plate.
because in that perspective, for me, that means there is an I involved, and it's
Yeah,
not in the team, it's
for
in the
sure.
win. And
For
they
sure.
trying to win, and you're gonna end up
Right.
losing.
Right.
But how do we prevent that from happening?
Well,
How do we set ourselves up? Do we need to have it in contracts? Is that the problem?
I believe we need to stop setting the expectation of people believe and want to run like you run. I believe, and this is just my only belief, is that people start having expectations of whomever it is that you're supposed to be working with, whether it be partnership, relationship, whatever ship.
It's a ship.
You have an expectation of the other individual, so you expect them to respond or play or
Right.
whatever
Right.
like you do, instead of accepting them for who they are. If they're gonna run, they're gonna run. If not, and then stop allowing those who are considered our best friends that really are excited for us
Mhm.
in the moment, but don't
Mm.
want to actually put in the work, whatever that work looks like.
Can
get
I ask
that.
a question
I
though?
get that. Please
Wait,
do.
Can
before
I-
you ask,
Okay.
in addition to that, I would say, like we always talk about, the communication piece.
Mhm.
Like if we start having real, transparent, difficult
Mhm.
conversations and start setting the expectations in advance, we won't have as many hiccups along the
Mhm.
way.
That's
Go
But
ahead.
when people give the communication piece, they say that you're being confrontational.
Exactly. I was just gonna say that.
When they-
So
like,
if
every time
come
I
and
go
say
into
something
the-
to you,
Right.
why does it?
Why is
do
it
I become the
confrontational?
bad person? Like I'm fronting you, and then I'm the wrong person because I'm calling you on how you're mistreating.
I think
Our
it's the
communication
presentation of
levels.
what it is. Some people will automatically get defensive because they don't want to be held accountable
Ooh.
for them
Mm.
and their wrongdoing or
Mm.
whatever they not doing.
Oh, we
So you
getting deep
become
in here.
defensive, right?
I get that, but in your defensiveness, you can't be upset when somebody, if you throw a rock and break their glass and they pick it up and cut you with it, you don't know their response.
Right.
There's an action that's going to come behind, and then there's a reaction.
Mhm.
Yours may be just to talk, theirs may be to do it a little differently. So you got to know that before you even get into those type of situations. So that's what I'm thinking about when it comes to if you go into business with a corporation. Are you
Mhm.
understand how we okay, let's just take it back to HR when you were getting hired.
Mhm.
Remember all the documentations
Yeah,
and the
absolutely.
disclaimers and all the bylaws and everything that they told you. So if any day or time that you didn't fulfill what was
Mhm.
within that, although you may not remember all the stuff that was up in there,
Mhm.
when they come and tap you and give you that box, they come and highlight, say this right here.
Yeah.
We told you about this on day one.
Mhm.
Now
Mhm.
you gave me 551 things on day one, and I'm not honestly gonna remember them all. But in our relationships, is it because sometimes we forget
We
the
don't.
highlighted parts?
We
or-
no. We because you're my friend or you're my family
Mm.
member. We don't believe those same rules apply.
Oh wow,
But
Mika,
that's
you
what
believe that?
That's true though.
Well,
They
it
don't-
could be.
Because I go hard for my
Well,
people.
I think
I
that,
go harder for my people than I go for myself.
so. I'm gonna just say in conjunction with that, because that's definitely true, Mika. I want to also add though that we all have our own lives, right?
I
And
get
so
that.
sometimes it may be that I need you to remind me I didn't come through. So if you value us, then let's again have the conversation, because
That's what I
sometimes
agree with.
I don't. You gave me 551 things in the beginning, but I have a life outside of you,
Exactly.
and so it's not my intent to not show up for you or not honor my end of it, but it's also like, hey, G, chill.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay,
I
I
just
agree.
believe some people have motives,
Facts.
and
I
they're
agree
not-
with that,
They
too.
are
There
intentional
was
with
no
whatever
intent.
those motives
That part.
are,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and that's all they in it for.
Yep.
Because you
They
know
just
it's-
aligning.
right,
but they're
that's
not
just
up for the
what- they're
assignment.
they're in it for whatever they
They
need
can
you
get out.
for in the
Mhm.
moment.
Users.
That's
Yeah.
Now, Archie,
Yes, ma'am.
I heard you back there, and I heard the bass getting in your voice a little bit. So I wanted to give you the opportunity to go ahead and express that feeling, because those emotions are
That part.
real.
I feel.
And I truly believe that a lot of people, when it comes to confrontation, we are not aware. I myself am still learning on how to deal with confrontation and arguments and disagreements. Sometimes I myself can be responsive
Mhm.
immediately
Mhm.
and don't think it through.
But
You know,
that's
and
a
process it.
and I'm
It's
not
just
trying to
right
be.
here.
I might get in trouble
Or
for
right
saying.
here.
I might
And
get
then right here.
I might get in trouble for saying that, but that's. I don't want to say that. Look how she looking. Look how she looking at him.
Y'all are.
That y'all are
that a girl
emotional.
thing?
That's a girl thing. That's emotional driven.
So what makes what? Okay,
My
I get
thing
that.
is because I own the company. So when I go to the
Oh.
board meeting and all five of us are
Oh.
at the board meeting and I
Oh.
say, hey, it needs to be like this, and this. It's not me personally daggering at you because if you go work at H&R Block and they say that you're not doing these papers, you're doing the papers incorrectly and they write you up, you can't spaz out on the manager. So why you spaz out on me?
Mika got the church thing up.
Because here's the thing. Now I'm an emotional creature.
Just a little bit.
I am one of them that I believe in. I at one time I was a little more silent than and I wasn't as vocal, right?
Mhm.
And so I had a little incident on this weekend where I was a little extra vocal,
Mm-hmm.
but then I also had to hold myself accountable after it was over with and say, you know what, I could have done things differently.
I share that.
Listen.
I do. I get it.
So I believe people have grace and people have growth too.
Mm.
So yes, we can be.
She
be
say th.
emotional
I say
and vocal.
ing. Th
Right.
mean it's the end. It doesn't. I say
Continue.
growing.
Yes, for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of them things.
I'm not saying when it comes relationship wise, I'm not saying that you just sit there and not say nothing.
Mhm.
But there comes a time. It comes a time as a man. I'm loud. So if I get to that point, like she said, the bass get to going,
Mhm.
and it's like, hey, this is what I'm trying to get to you. It's not the point of it's not the point of I'm being rude. It's the point of I'm trying to get my. This
Point
is how I
across.
know how to get my
Yeah.
point across.
Okay.
Go
But
ahead.
the base is not getting the
That's
point across.
Now
No,
Sheila has her
yeah,
turn.
yeah,
Wait a
but
minute,
the-
wait a minute,
but
y'all.
the
The city
thing-
highlights, we're gonna have to have some decorum and some etiquette. We cannot talk over each other. Now, Miss Sheila had her church finger up.
So even in that, one of the things that I find, because I could be very vocal as well and loud and stuff.
and stuff.
And one of the things that I find is that sometimes we're not really trying to hear what is being said. And I'm basically, as a leader, as the owner of the company, I'm coming in not trying to get your opinion. I just want to tell you what my expectations are. Do them, right? And then there's the other part. And I'm not saying either one is wrong. And then there's the other part where it's a collaborative effort. You have a team for a reason. So tell me what it is. So
I have a question for you.
Yes,
so
sir.
you're the owner of the company,
Yes,
and that's
sir.
cool when you go into as the owner of the company.
Yes, sir.
But when you get into the relationship, situationship, boyfriend situation,
That part.
whatever it is
Them
there a
ships.
point where you come and you say, you know what, I'm letting you be not the owner of the company, but
The
I'm
head.
letting you be the head of this relationship.
Yeah, it is, but also it's a collaborative effort, right? So this is the we, not the I. So
Mhm.
if the expectation is, that we are a team,
Mhm.
it's yes, the final for me, this is my belief. The final decision definitely comes from my man, my
Okay.
husband, right?
Okay.
But you're not going to silence me either, just because you
Mhm.
feel
Ain't
strongly
dimming
about
none of
it.
my lights out here in these
So,
H-Town streets.
I don't want to take, so I'm gonna let that be.
Yeah, George Brooks said everyone's relationship has to have humility on both sides,
Yes.
so it
Mhm.
works. I
Absolutely.
agree with that.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
sometimes I've learned that sometimes I have to be the humble one, and then I've expressed that it's important that sometimes that other person be
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
the humble,
the
one.
submissive
humble,
one.
no, humble one. Humble.
I'm telling you, because it can get really ugly.
No, especially because
Real
it's like this is my thing in the art of war.
Real
Like
quick, sis.
in the
Right.
art of war, I love you, but we fighting right now. Like I don't really like you, and that's in relationships, that's in business ships, that's in all the ships, right? Think about it. We had this big deal. We went out, we pitched forward, we had a great event or whatever, and then my partner said one stupid thing and ruined the whole thing, and we lost the contract.
Mm.
I'm pissed with you. I love you. I trust you in business, but you said one stupid thing and you ruined our business relationship with whatever that company. I'm just not going to say, oh, you did a good job. Good job. I'm going to express to myself how I'm unhappy with your actions. Now, Sheila said it's how you say it.
Mhm.
And that's what I'm trying to learn.
Yeah.
The tact in it
We
all. But my friend is helping me with eliminating excuses, and I'm getting a little bit better
Yeah.
at being tactful. But this is what I want to ask you. I'm gonna give each of you an opportunity to answer. I want to know, what is it that we can do now that the ship is sinking? At the end of the day, we're going underwater. How we gonna survive?
Are you talking about in
what kind? And that's what I'm
Whatever
about to say.
ship you in,
Are we
It's your
business?
ship.
Are we business? Or
it's
we
your ship. You sail it.
Jesus?
Who you asking first?
We're gonna start,
Oh,
we're gonna start with
wait.
Archie.
The gentleman. It
We
is
want
your
to
turn.
because it's three women
Women-
against one
women
man,
first.
and we don't want to silence him, and we want to
Yeah.
we want to let him.
So
know
what's all on my ship? Let's.
we're gonna go with his ship first.
Okay, but what's all on this ship? Is this
Whatever
like
you
the
want, you can
Titanic?
have, it could
You
be it could be Noah's Ark. You can have 2 by 2.
Oh, Lord.
Whatever you want on your ship is
And
your
the water
ship.
coming, bro.
But the ship is sinking.
Oh.
That is all you need to comprehend. The ship is going.
what I've
You on
learned.
the Titanic, bro?
I've already told my wife. If the Titanic, you need to scoot over. Do you hear me?
We both getting on that board.
Rose was a little selfish.
spoon a little bit.
Rose was wrong.
Rose
Baby,
was-
Rose was an eye. She was not a we.
Find yourself being the bigger person
So,
all the time.
My thing is,
Let's talk about that next.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Archie.
So my thing is, when it comes to if the sink is shit, if the ship is sinking, thank you, help me, please. If the ship is sinking, relationship wise with me, is you got to find out who's still on the boat. Let's be real with
Who
the
jumped
situation, because when things get hard and that boat get to rocking, people would jump off your boat.
And
Listen.
swim
And
to
if,
the shore.
if they will take all your floaties, and you will
Be
be
on the
sitting
shore
there,
like this.
be sitting there talking about, oh, it's just women and kids on. That's what they did
No,
on
it's not
Titanic.
even that. It's that they standing like they praying for you.
You get where I'm coming from?
And that, listen,
Hey,
On the
we gonna come
seaside.
back and get you. That's what people will use. I'm gonna come back and get. I'm watching you.
I'm
Business
gonna go
wise,
get somebody.
I see you. You get the messages all the time.
That's
Entrepreneur.
good.
Oh, I see you. Oh, I see you doing big. I knew you would make it. You get where I'm coming from. So it depends on who is on your boat. Number 2, everybody ain't gonna be able to go on this journey on this ship. I'm pushing some people up. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Everybody,
Archie,
because
if it's going on, you're pushing the people.
Listen.
I ain't
Because
getting on
if
your
we
shit.
can't all work together while the ship is going, we couldn't work together when the ship was afloat.
Oh, you getting rid of the dead weight.
We have to,
Okay.
because I got to live at least 30 more seconds. So we might as well. You wasn't like you just said. What do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
You don't know how to hammer nothing. You don't know how to start the engine. You don't know how to fix nothing. At this point,
We're
Well,
gonna die
but I
anyway.
have
So
a
let's
question,
get your
though.
weight on.
whose fault is it if you allow them on the ship, though?
Ooh, Mika, you
Ooh.
messy. Mika, let everybody answer for you put that kind of stuff in the
Just
West.
saying.
It could be
'cause
both.
sometimes it's our fault. We let them on.
right?
When you choose somebody who put the hole in your boat.
Somebody said, Archie said he's getting active.
Okay. Listen.
Okay, y'all. I wanted to share this. I'm gonna let
Go ahead,
the ladies answer because I want to hear their perspective. But this right here was really, really good. And if I don't read it, I'm gonna forget. If you find yourself being the bigger person all of the time, then you have to stop surrounding yourself around small people. That matched what he just said. Push their ass off. Okay, Sheila, go ahead. Tell me what your perspective is. We sinking. What you doing, sis?
So so this is a different perspective.
Very much.
If we're sinking, I'm still gonna find out why. Because
That's it.
because
Where's the hole?
I'm definitely not just gonna go. If we're sinking, that means we haven't sunk. So there's time to think this through, right? Because if I react instead of respond, then I'll find myself probably going down faster. So
Ooh,
if
I
I
like
find,
that,
if I
Sheila.
first
Ooh.
find out why we're sinking, is it me?
Yes, that's
Am I
it.
on the wrong side of the ship?
Mhm.
Or is it you? Have you been digging holes behind my back?
Mm.
And you've already created your escape plan. So if I
Mm.
find out, it's you and not me, then it's
Toodles.
you, not me.
Okay.
But that
okay.
part. But if it's me, then I'm trying to find a way to get out of it. So I take ownership, take accountability
Mhm.
as
Okay.
the accountability coach,
Okay.
of course,
get that.
and move forward.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mika,
Mhm.
share your perspective.
Well, I agree with Sheila. One of the things that I've learned is sometimes you can't point the finger so fast. You have to realize and hold yourself accountable for some of the things and why your ship is sinking. When it comes to business, my ship sunk because I was more concerned with other people being on my ship and what they needed to do in their work in comparison to what I need to do to keep my ship sailing. Right. So that's one of the things that I had to witness and had to learn. And then also rebuilding, learning that even though it's shit sinking, what am I going to do to rebuild it? And that's something, and holding myself accountable and not saying because of anybody else, because of people, places, or things that I'm not willing to start rebuild, add on, adjust, change my direction and where my ship is sailing. All of those different things, and be willing and be willingness to do that.
And you know what I get from that also, Mika, to add on to that perspective, a lot of times this ship may sink, but it still has value. There's a lot of ships that are sunk right now that makes millions of dollars in tourism. And there's other ways of using a sinking ship. And that's, you know, sometimes that ship sinking helps you to put things in perspective, because the ship would have never sunk and you never would have understood who was drilling holes in the back. So sometimes the ship sinking is actually your saving grace.
Absolutely.
So I love those perspectives, and I appreciate you guys for sharing with that. I hope our audience is enjoying. Y'all getting some good nuggets today.
We got an usher finger up.
One last thing.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't looking. Let me get that question.
And this is the Christian side of me, the God side of me.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what goes down. God is still my safety net, right? So I don't have to worry about what somebody else did or didn't do, said or didn't say, because when it's all said and done, he's obligated to take care of me, not you. So
can I say this though real quick? To add to that? Sometimes you got to get off the big ship and get into the little boat.
Okay,
you know
sometimes it's safer in the little boat.
Them little boats, and then you make your circle small. It might be worth better. You know what? Let's go ahead and leave this here and go ahead and go over here by myself.
Because as long as you got that ship, you're trying to bring as many people as can fit on it.
Okay, if you got the big ship, you're trying to fit everybody in.
Carnival
you got the little
cruise.
intimate boat, you know who can go.
Listen,
and
only
you know
two of
who
us can fit.
go.
Do you hear me?
James say tape doesn't stop the water.
It doesn't.
So therefore, you can't put a Band-Aid on it.
Sometimes there's other things.
Well, they do got new tape now.
That Gorilla tape.
You have to be willing. You got to be willing to figure out what it is that's going to keep your ship. But like you said, I'm a firm believer in, listen, if you need to switch it up, then switch it up.
Man, can you say pivot?
Yeah.
The pivot is real. Trust and believe. I'm a living witness. I'm a living witness. That, sometimes you have to pick apart things, and Mika always, that's her famous line. Sometimes you got to pick apart things and look at what you have and then put it back together and make it better for you. And as well as this is a collaboration thing.
Absolutely.
You want to be the best for your people, right?
Yeah.
So if you know you're not whole and healthy and you got some holes in you, then you need to fill that up and before you go forth.
Let's dig deeper in that, Chris.
Let's go into it.
How many people don't hold themselves accountable though?
Nobody.
When it comes to you not holding your weight in the collaborative effort.
Come on, Mika.
Like how many people don't say, you know what, and hold themselves accountable with the accountability coach that's sitting.
Not many do.
To say
that's why
that
she
you
got
know
plenty
what,
of customers.
or even here, or even this. You know what? When I originally had the conversation with you, I thought that I was going to be gung-ho. I was going to be 100%.
Or my schedule was this, that, and the other.
I'm looking at this of a perspective of where you're going and how much I can contribute.
Right.
And because I'm not going to be able to help you to get to where you're going, I'm a back up.
So who going to do that for real though?
Well, I should, but and it doesn't make it right, but I really want to be a part, and I don't want, so I want
let you down
me
like
little,
that.
I want you to extend me a little grace while I go through this process.
Because I'm your friend.
Because I just want to be a part, and can you
I
see that I'm not taking that part,
making it happen and not taking my little bit,
But and granted, I listen to that. I'm gonna just be a firm believer and just be open, honest, and transparent and say, I heard it.
Okay.
It's still
it didn't work.
That part.
No matter how much sugar you put on a pile of poop,
I think that people will understand. Like, it's not I. If you saying you're with me and we're doing this together, just as much as I glow and I grow, you will too.
Yeah.
But if you don't, that don't mean that you're not gonna glow. You're just not gonna glow on my way to wherever.
Not off my beam. Not off my beam of light.
Right.
I get that.
Man,
now that's my question. That's my next question because I have my heart has guilt when I do things like that. in this space that I'm going and growing, I've gotten a little bit more rigid.
Mm-hmm.
And no is a final freaking answer. And I don't feel a way. I used to feel a way if I had to say no, because I don't like to disappoint. I don't like to be disappointed. I don't like to disappoint.
Mm-hmm.
So now that you've established, you got to say no.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't gonna work. This relationship is not gonna work. We have to sever the ties. How do you approach that? Is there a tactful way of doing that?
I just think you approach it being your authentic self and the way that you approach it. I mean, just being open, honest. People know when they not putting their best foot
That's
forward
right.
and they not doing what
That
they're
is
supposed
right.
to do. And sometimes it's easier for you to go to them and say it because they just gonna sit there and not say anything. In the meantime, it's ruining your relationship, your family, all of those different things when it could be just as this one says all the time, have the difficult conversation.
Okay. So difficult conversation, Arthur.
Mm-hmm.
G. Listen, the other thing is also being realistic with your role in it. So one of the things as it relates to business I've encountered was people who I've partnered with, and there was a part that I had to play, but I couldn't do my part because they didn't do their part, right? And so when it came to the time where they were ready to do their part, they wanted me to drop what I was doing to show up and do my part. But it's like, but I had time at the time I decided to do it, not right now. And so now you feel like you need to disconnect from me because I'm not showing up for you. But when in actuality, when I was trying to show up for you, you weren't ready.
Wow.
So we
So
have
you're
to
gonna try to
also
make-
be mindful. But again, it's not always black and white. There's a lot of gray oftentimes. And so we have to be mindful of the perspective in which the situation is occurring.
I love that, Sheila. I love that perspective. And it really puts things in a different light. Now, y'all know this is a city highlight, and we're definitely deep into this Say What subject. And I know all of these comments probably have a lot of you at home simply stopping dead in your track and saying,
Say what?
Yeah, that part. Because I know for a fact, many of you have been in the situation to where you didn't know how to handle something. You didn't know what to do. So that's what we're here for. We're trying to share in our experiences and give you guys great value perspectives to be able to help you make those decisions when you are faced with that. I do want to get a song on because we're going to close out a little bit here, but yeah, let's do a little sweet.
Sweet. We nice.
A little sweet.
You put it on me, keep me coming, cause you're all that I need. You give me love, I'll give you everything that you want, as long as you love me. Your sweet, sweet loving, loving, loving me. Keep me coming, coming. Your sweet, sweet loving, loving, loving me. As long as you love me. Your sweet, sweet loving, loving, loving me. Keep me coming, coming. Your sweet, sweet loving, loving, loving me. As long as you love me. Your sweet, never felt like this. Prayers have been answered. Memories are
Hey, y'all. Hey, you are back. We are
sweet.
back. No, we're not gonna go sweet no more. We are back. We're back. I just had to give y'all a little ski taste of that because y'all know Maida and them in these H-Town streets, they be trying to slide us right to the side and y'all miss all this good content. So we're gonna get ready to close out. And the way I wanted to go ahead and close, because we've had such an amazing conversation, some impactful conversation. And I know we can always talk about how to tear, how bad it is and what's wrong and what all that. But the best part about us when we get together is we're all collectively great people at the resolve. We don't focus on the problem, we focus on solutions. So being solution solvers that we are, I wanted these amazing people to share with you because all of us have been through severed relationships. All of us have been on sinking ships, but I want each of them to share their perspective of what you can do to repair those sinking ships and those severed relationships. Mika, you go first.
Okay, so for myself, and this is only for myself, this disclaimer, I had to realize that one of the things that Archie said, everybody can't go with you. Some relationships you can't restore. You have to just, and when I say restore, I mean restore them back to whatever business relationship it was. You can, if there is a desire to do so, but oftentimes we want to put people in places that they don't want to be. And so what I learned is that I had to realize that some people aren't going, and build new ways, new collaborative efforts with other people, and realize that, you know, it's not so bad. There are seasons of people, places, and things, and sometimes the season is up. You're on to the next.
That's right. Good perspective, Mika. We appreciate you for that.
Oh, she got low on me.
Now, Miss Sheila, you got deep on me, sis. Like, okay, I like that. Sheila.
Yes, ma'am. So I feel like, as always, have the difficult conversation, humble yourself, go and have that conversation. But before you go and have the conversation to see if it's even able to be rebuilt, you be ready for either way. So always be ready for it to go either way, whether they are like, yeah, you know what, I appreciate you coming to me, let's restore, or you know what, I appreciate you coming to me, but I'm good on this end. So have the conversation.
Have the difficult conversation. I hope y'all taking notes. Y'all bullet pointed that. Have the difficult conversation. Now we're gonna close out. We're gonna close out with me, but Archie, go ahead and give your. How do we rebuild this?
Me.
No, I said we're gonna close out. I was gonna say close out with you, but then I want to give mine. So that's why I say no. We're gonna close.
My thing is this, guys. Look, you gotta be humble, but you gotta also forgive, and like it's okay to say I'm sorry. A lot of relationships, if people would come to you and say, "Hey, I'm sorry," and "Hey, I messed up on that. Hey, I did that wrong."
Yep.
Really, you will be so surprised how easy now, I'm not saying that's going to fix everything.
Right.
You know, because I'm okay with not getting, I'm sorry. Like she just said, hey, be okay with not getting that relationship back. But sometimes it's just like, man, okay, hey, I messed up that day. Hey, I had a bad day. People have bad days all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, I wasn't pulling my weight. I didn't realize this is what you wanted. No, we don't have to continue our relationship in business, but I still want to come to your conference and see you, and you can speak to me.
Absolutely.
And I can speak to you.
Absolutely.
So y'all gotta humble yourself, and for me, I have to forgive how I acted on the situation. Hey, look, I gotta forgive myself. And if you don't ever say sorry, if they don't never patch up, I'm cool. I can still go sleep at night.
Yeah. I agree with that, and I think that is very, very eloquently said. Thank you, Archie. I appreciate that perspective. That makes a lot of sense. As for me, I have to do a self-check-in no matter what I'm doing, and it's very, very frequent because I don't feel the same every day. I don't wake up with the same mindset, the same energy, the same zeal, the same zest. Sometimes I get myself involved with things that I really don't even want to be bothered with, but because I'm the type of person that wants to be a helper, I'll say yes. And then I got myself knee deep in your stuff, and I don't even want to be bothered. So I have to check myself and say, okay, this ship is sinking, but do I even want to be on this ship? And that's what I do for myself. And I'll do that self-check-in. And I may start out, down below at the bottom of the ship where the engine and the boiler room are, and be out hot and sweaty, say, I don't think I want to be on this ship. Right. And I'll take myself up to the next level because I'm not willing just to get off because I'm in it already. So let me just not get off, but I'll position myself somewhere else where I can be a little bit more comfortable. And then when I get to that next level, if I feel there's more sense of uncomfortableness there, I'll make myself get up a little high. Now, if I get to the top of that ship and I'm on the edge, like Rose was, and the waves rippling, and I'm still not comfortable, I'm just gonna turn around and talk to the captain and be like, "Hey, this ship ain't for me." And that's what works for me. And that way, I find that I'm not getting into those spaces anymore to where I'm sinking in a ship that I don't even want to be in.
Amen.
Now, we're gonna do a quick recap because I want you guys to tell everybody what y'all have going on, because I told y'all these are some phenomenal people and they have some phenomenal stuff going on in the city. And I'll let you guys tell what's coming up for you guys, and then I'll give my recap. Go ahead, Mika. Tell us what you have coming up.
So I got a new episode of Meet Houston season 3. My second episode is going to show on next Wednesday. We got Mr. Archie J. Jenkins. He'll be my guest.
That's the one, hey.
Oh, that's me. Oh.
So that's taking place on next Wednesday. And then on the 1st, I got a huge announcement that I'm going to make. I can't share right now, but follow me on the 1st, you'll be able to witness what I'm getting ready to share.
All right, come on, Sheila. Tell us what you got going on.
So today, I
Later
have Sir
on.
Archie coming on to the Eliminating
That's me.
Excuses
That's
podcast.
me.
Look, he
Okay.
big out here in these Houston streets. We will be from 5 to 6 p.m. So you all make sure you tune in to my page from
Stay
5
right
to
on.
6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be talking about relationships and marriage. We're eliminating excuses. I also have my book, Not Easily Offended. It will be sent out within the next week and a half. So that book is now
Amen.
released and it is available.
Ooh,
We
y'all
gonna-
better copy. Can we get a pre-release copy? Can we
um,
pre-order?
No, pre-order was already done.
Oh.
So now it's just a matter of ordering. So, and if you want it signed, I'll hook you up.
I was
sis.
gonna
First
say,
of all,
look, I
you
need to
already
get
know.
the.
You already know.
I'm
so
up
we
here
don't even
looking
have
like,
to.
wait, I can't get.
Y'all already know. So
Okay, I'm
yeah.
like,
Mhm.
you supposed to say yeah, because we on air.
My
Let
bad,
them.
G. Listen, I ain't want nobody listening to think that they go
Y'all
find a
can't
link.
get a pre-order, but I can.
Mm,
What's going on? What's
Archie,
going on,
what you have
everybody?
going on?
Mr.
Coming
180's in the building. First off, I want to thank these wonderful ladies for having me today in Houston, Texas.
Yes,
Thank you,
welcome,
thank
welcome,
you,
welcome.
thank y'all so much. Where do I start? I got a lot of crap going on in my life.
It's
You
not
got
crap.
Like right.
You got about 2
Listen,
minutes.
let's just put the magazine out there.
Period.
Let's just do that
Okay.
one. Listen, you got the
Let me see,
feature.
let me see.
Let me give y'all one so
Oh,
y'all
it's
can
fine.
y'all can go to 180life.com. Go ahead and get the hottest magazine. Guess what? Your hostess with the mostest is the feature. I got
Come
it. I got it.
on.
There you go. There.
Y'all
Are we there? Okay, there we go. Wait.
Oh,
I think other people up in there too
you
now.
know?
Listen,
Wait.
y'all can go to 180life.com. Get your
Look.
look, everybody's showing them. Everybody's showing them. There you go. Marva, I see you on there. You know, everybody, I'm looking at the comments.
So y'all see this the H-Town takeover. H-Town
I
takeover.
got a big
We even got
announcement.
just Brittany on the cover. San Antonio wasn't ready for us. They know how we do it.
Listen.
We do it collaboratively.
Right.
Listen.
We.
Yeah,
We.
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 Listen,
Ain't no
Sat-
I in we, but it is an I in winners.
Listen, Saturday, March the 19th, Bo Baby, Houston's own Bo Baby does start the Mind Your Business tour. I need all y'all that have children, anybody, producers, collabs, everything. We ready. We need y'all to come out. March the 19th, you can go to thebobabybrand.com or you can go to 180life.com. I'm not going to give nothing else. Go ahead, Chris. It's all you.
Man, so my week has been going by phenomenal. Of course, this weekend we celebrated Dr. Keys. On yesterday, I had the honor of introducing my new co-host for every Friday, Miss Takia Scott of Sophisticated Images. And we made a whole day of it. We left from here, went over to Adore off of West Gray. They had an amazing release/birthday memorial party for Jay Renee, Houston's own R&B princess. Y'all, please go cop, like, and stream her new album, Unfinished Business. This is an album that she was working on right before she was tragically murdered by a drunk driver. So, guys, we're trying to make sure that her legacy lives on because she left us with a gift. Her voice was amazing. Her spirit was beautiful. And we need to make sure that her family knows that we support and we love them and we love her. So, y'all go on stream, like, and play the Unfinished Business. And I'm going to tell you, that synergy, that synergy. You ain't got no boyfriend, you're gonna go get one after you listen to that. I'm so serious. Synergy. With that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning into the City Highlight Radio Show right here on the GMT platform. As you know, we're here every Monday through Friday from 2 until 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can always tap in www.gmtradio.com. Y'all be sure to stay tuned because my girl Sheila and Archie gonna be on Eliminating Excuses starting at 5 p.m. Y'all have a great day. You ain't got to get off my live. Anybody else want to say anything before we close?
Amen. Praise the Lord. God is good.
All the time.
All the above.
Hey.
All of the above.
Glory, I felt that.
Glory.
I felt that when you
All
said
right,
it.
all right.
That's it. You speak him up, and when you in the place where his spirit is,
Amen.
you gonna know it.
It's a we thing.
It's a we thing.
Baby.
Okay, y'all ain't gotta get off my live, but y'all gotta get off my live. Bye.